overall great team effort. We knew that it was going to be a battle coming into this game. We knew last year we heard about how much more physical they were than us, and we knew coming into this game that we had to be the most physical team. We knew that we had to possess the ball and we had to be good in certain areas of the game. And of course, you're going to watch the tape tomorrow. There's some areas where you can improve on. I know for myself, taking that last sack on our last drive, taking us out of field goal range, now making it a field goal game opposed to making Dallas have to drive down and score a touchdown. But in this league, we know how hard it is to win football games, and no one said they had to be pretty. The only stat that matters is the wins that keep watch the tape and find some things that we have to improve on, and continue to build on the things that we're doing well. Yeah, each week as I'm playing and getting that experience and getting more comfortable. Of course, we all have to get on the same page and stop shooting ourselves in the foot. The play that we have is brought back by a penalty. So we just have to lock in and just do what we do best, and that's play Saints football. We can't think too much. I think oftentimes when we're thinking too much, that's when penalties happen. So we just play fast, play with urgency, and play with some tempo. And it starts with me. And I'm going to continue to challenge these guys as the weeks go on, and challenge myself to play with more sense of an urgency and more tempo. I just have to be better in that situation. Like, I was aware that we had points on the board, and I just have to find a way to just throw it over Alvin's head or something, and send our kicking team out on the field. So it's one of those situations where you wish it didn't happen. You never want that to be the last play of the game as an offensive player. That leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But they say at the end of the day, we won a football game, and that's why we play this game to win.
What was it like to watch your defense on that final, drive
Man, it was a great thing to see. We practice situational football. We practice situations like those on Fridays and Saturdays, and to see what we practice transferred to the football field, the game field. It's great. It's a great thing to see. It's great to see the defense, hold those guys and not give up the points. But as an offensive player, you don't want to put your defense in that situation to where you're on the edge of your seats, hoping and praying that we either get a stop, get a sack, or force a turnover. But hats off to the defense today, creating turnovers and holding those guys' offense. We know how great that offense has been this year. So hats off to the defense for just accepting the challenge this week and answering it. Oh man, it feels great, but that's something that I have to continue to get better at. There's some times where I have to just live to see another down. I may be trying to find an outlet to scramble and end up taking a sack. But on the plays that I'm able to get out of the pocket and just run free, that's a great thing. To be able to bring that extra tool to the table. When things may be taken away downfield, to be able to use my legs to keep plays alive. But it's just something that we all have to just get comfortable with, whether it's me being in the game, knowing where I'm going to drop, how deep I'm going to get in the pocket, and if things break down, my escape lane. So we all just have to be on the same page. Yeah, Alvin, we know how special he is, and he's a guy who worked extremely hard. He's one of the smartest football players I've ever been around. And to watch him just bounce off tackles, catch the ball out of the backfield, and make plays for this offense, he's so valuable to this offense, and we're glad he's on our team.
You've obviously been really safe with football and value that. Internally, I guess in your mind, how do you balance when to take the risk and when to just get the draw and take the sack?
Yeah, so it all depends on matchups and when opportunity presents itself. Early in the game today, we had an opportunity and we took some shots down the field. We were able to hit Mike Thomas on a couple back shoulder throws. But playing against a defense like Dallas, they're a sound defense. We know that they get depth in their zones and try to keep things in front of them. So, we understand that we may not be able to push the ball down the field, but when they do come up and play man coverage and things like that, we have to take advantage of those matchups, and we tried to do that today. But for me, it's just about understanding that my job is to get the ball to the playmakers and allow those guys on the outside, our tight ends, our running backs, to make plays. And whether it's me dumping it down to Alvin and he's running for 7 yards, or hitting Mike Thomas on a back shoulder, my job is just to get the ball to those guys and allow them to make plays. I base, everything about, I base everything around my past couple years. The past couple years, I had 0 stats. The stat box had 0 in every column. But the one stat that did add up for me over the past couple years were the W's. I was winning in life. So whenever I approached the game with that mindset, like, man, I'm not playing this game for the numbers. I don't care to impress anyone, sorry to say it, fantasy teams and things like that. But, I play this game for those guys in that locker room. We all come here to this stadium with one thing in our mind, that's to win a football game and to help this team win football games. So I understand the league is evolving to, numbers and things like that, but the most important number in this game is the wins column. And we've been able to win 2 games back-to-back against tough opponents. The first 4 games we played this year have been against playoff teams, and we're walking away from the stretch 3-1. So, I could care less about the numbers. I'll leave the numbers to Mike Thomas, Alvin Kamara, those guys. They can put up the numbers. My job right now is to just help this team win football games. It's always great to see Drew and to ask him questions as the game is going on. Like, hey, man, what's something you may be seeing right now? And like I said last week, he mentioned to me at halftime, hey, completions are good. Just take completions, exploit your matchups that you like, and just play fast. So to have him here and my presence physically, just a big asset to us. Man, it's tough when you're in 2nd and 20. The call sheet gets very thin, and then you get to 3rd down and it's 3rd and long. You only have so many 3rd and long calls. So if we can just eliminate the negative plays, we'll be much more explosive. We'll have more opportunities to do, certain things. And, it all starts with just being on the same page. Going back to day 1 football with OTAs, without the pass, just lining up, eliminate the penalties, and then, the rest will take care of itself. Yeah, I was, but, it's a part of the game. Things happen. When you look at the opponents who we face, guys, man, this locker room, we challenge each other every week. And tonight, we did a great job. We knew how explosive their offense was, but we knew that Coach mentioned just to possess the football tonight, and we came away with the victory. Oh, man, you never want to take hits, but, it just serves as a reminder that the hits still feel the same. So, it's pretty cool to run around, get hit a little bit. Just let's go. I was very travel schedule that we've had the past couple of weeks, being away from the dome, playing in front of these fans. It helped us. A big one, the defense creating turnovers, and if we can continue to, it's going to be very beneficial for us.